All right, guys, let's do this. This is from the game Metal Hellsinger, and this song is called Stygia. Stygia? Stygia. I don't know. Let's do this. All right. Fully blown away by this. I wasn't expecting it. There's a part of it that does sound a little bit like Nightwish, and I just think because her vocals are kind of that more operatic, metal-y vibe, kind of, Nordic performance that Nightwish and the bands of that nature do. The chugginess of it all and the drums, I will say I'm going to lean on a little bit, and the way the drums were programmed, it has nothing to do. It's not a thing about the composer. It could be budgeting, and if it's a live drummer, forgive me, it just sounds really super tight, but it's done really well, be it programmed or if it's live, because I'm not going to hang my head that far out the window because I'm old and my ears are failing. But everything about the drum playing, just leave it at that, is really authentic. I like the little 16th. The other thing is, though, is that I listened to somebody left something. It's really funny. I actually have an Arch Echo. Let's call it Arch Echo breakdown. I'm going to be doing on my metal channel next week. But that arpeggiation that's being held by the keyboard at the beginning. Typically, I mean, I would, in some of the bands that are more in the progressive metal style like that would be done actually by the other guitar player, whether it being a tapping configuration or a muted, picking style. But also that whoever's doing the growling, screaming performance there, I like to call it metal slam poetry. To me, it just makes more sense, because of the fact that the power and the intensity of the musician. It could be, Tatia, from the band from the Ukraine. Oh, why can't I remember the name right now? When she lights up into that darker, heavier voice, or at least the one of at least 100 different bands that do it. That kind of power and energy is that evokes such a massive, moving, response by the audience of those growlers and those voices. It's like metal slam poetry. That's the best way I explain it to my friends that know nothing about it, and they go, "Dude, I heard you're on your channel. I was listening to some of the music you listen to. How can you listen to that?" And I just go, "You got to kind of wrap your head around it a little differently." And then I'm not going to try to change anybody's mind about getting into that style, but at least by explaining it as saying it's like more like metal slam poetry, it kind of does shift the thinking a little bit of it. And they still might not like it, but they go, "Oh, that kind of makes a little sense." But I dig the voice, and I dig exactly where it's at in the mix. Oh, I got sand on me. Sorry, beach this morning. Well, it is a keyboard, but yes, Tatia from Ginger. I also briefly got to mention in the engineering aspect of working with the kind of performers that do growling and screaming, or the heavy metal slam poetry, is in general, they will keep that voice kind of locked and pocketed right down the center above the bass, hovering around the snare. But the tone is a lot more visceral and gritty, but it still only kind of cranks at about 4K, you know, in the what I call the tonal spectrum. 0 is what I call beetle fart, and 16K is dog whistle. And but what I love is that when they use engineering techniques that if, let's say, they're pulling out of a section and they want to hit you a little harder, they'll take that and then they'll double it or quadruple that, and then give the hard left and right parts of that in the mix of that growling a little more reverb or ambience to it, while still the core of it is still kind of dry in the middle, but then this kind of builds in, and then they bring it up, they hit you with it, and then it all hits you as a wall, and then they drop it back down. Great engineering technique with that. You know what else is cool that happens right there is that while he's just crushing it on the vocals, there's that chugginess that, you know, the riff that's being played, I don't know the exact rhythm of it, but they've got you going there. But when it goes into what that little shift where it went more into the power chords that were being played and stuff like that, the riff, the chug starts, or the chug stops, the guitars start playing these bigger, longer power chords. But to make up for that energy shift, the kick goes into eighths. So let's go back and listen to that really quick. It's actually really super cool. So they got you head bobbing with the riff and the cut time. Now I think they're going to hit you with that change. See? Nice little riff she did there. Nice bass line. Man, this track, I could probably edit this clip and drop it on my heavy metal. Oh, screaming. Didn't know that was going to happen. I could do like a full-on Twitch clip on this. Oops. Probably drop it on my heavy metal channel. I think for those of you who like it that are here, you know, get into it. But I think the heavy metal gang would really get into it as well. I really, like I said, and once again, I'm going to go back. You know, when I said, well, it sounds like the drums may be programmed or not, I don't necessarily mean that it's not arranged and performed. Sometimes drummers use triggers. You know, they're playing it, they're going to trigger some of the samples. It just sounded a little overly perfect. And I'm not saying that the drummers can't play overly perfect. Sometimes the velocity adjustments, you know, I go, are they really, is that, you know? But I really super dug the track, and all things considering too, being that this is a, you know, a heavy metal track. I mean, I'm sorry, a video game. Whoops, didn't mean to stand up in my boat. Let me take a look at where I'm at. That was a banging piece. That was a banging metal piece for that video game. I'm definitely going to have to get a little more suggestions from that. Whoa, shit, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, wait a second. How do I get back in? I got to hit that. How do I get back in? Oh, jeez. That scared me. I thought I was going to drown. Monkey die dead. Stand by. Now I have to look around. Okay, I'm getting away from that thing. You guys told me to run. Anyhow, sorry. I got sidetracked with staying alive here in Minecraft. But I really dug that track. I got to look up who the... somebody did drop the composer. Who was the composer of that last track again? Help me out with that for a second. While I head back into my humble abode. Oh, where am I supposed to be? Oh, wait a minute. I'm a little lost. Oh no, there's my campfire from my... I hate to say this, there's my campfire from my old place. Two Feathers, is that the name of... I see. Okay. Oh, isn't that cool? Look at that. The moon. So chilling, man. That is the thing. Look, I'm coming home. I did a little bit of moonlight Minecrafting. Look at that, man. That's so killer. You can see my house from here, you see. How's that for framing the shot? I'm going to frame that shot that way. Whoa. Oh, bad DP. How cool is that? Life is good, people. Okay. TY Smoochie, how's it? Okay, let me... Oh. I'm going to get out. I got to change my POV. Get back to what I know what I can do. Let me get a sword in my hand just in case I run into no friendlies. I can hear him somewhere here. I got to look around. Wow, how sick is that sunrise though? So we went from this beautiful sunrise, or moon set, to this beautiful sunrise. Man, that's what I love about this game. Oh, good. I can see the idiots over there getting roasted. See them? Oh, please die. No. Oh, I gotta jump in the water just to be safe. Nope. I gotta still swim in the water. Get away from me, man. When are you gonna roast? Oh, I just heard him pass gas. Oh, no. I think he's still behind me. Love the music. How's that? Beautiful sunrise. I couldn't have asked for a better start of my day.